led them to the price. I don't know if y'all can hear that real good, but you don't need to YouTube because like that ain't nothing. But you know what I'm saying? That's something I mixed up. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta copyright me, YouTube. It's the reflector. Here to reflect what you choose to neglect now. You know what I'm saying? Every nigga come broken, be chillin' with over. They my family, they my ops. We pull up and we be top. Alright, y'all. So this video gonna be about uh the meaning behind. I ain't gonna lie, I be low-key forgetting my goddamn topic. Cause I can just freestyle and shit, which I'm doing now, but I got a topic. Uh Hold on. So I ain't doing good. Hold up. It's alright though. Hold up. Let me go look at myself. See what the fuck this video is about. That I fled on the cops. Oh yeah. Don't stress over things you can't. Don't stress over things that you can't control. Don't stress over things that you can't control, or don't stress over things that's out of your control. Cause that's two different things. Cause on one end, it's something that you're trying to strive to do. So when you're trying to control something, that means you kind of got a sense of what you can do to actually dictate or, guide whatever the fuck you want to be controlled. Like, so that means you're attempting to do it. You're pushing it out. You're trying to go do it right on one end. And another end is also don't stress over things that's out of your control. Not that you can't control. No, it's something that's literally out of your control. So what do I mean by this? So example, with something that's out of your control is something like, the fact that, let's say you had a relationship and at the end of the day, this person done moved on and like, or they cheated on you. So it's like at that point, that's out of your control because only if, because there's so many different ways of things. So it's only out of your control if you ain't been trying to, make this person not cheat. You ain't been trying to be so worried and detect their gadget, trying to like figure out what they're doing and shit. This is more like for those who like sit back and just, let things happen. They might have feelings, but they just don't address it, talk about it with their partner. So so when they find out that the partner was cheating, that's something that's out of their control because they ain't even tried to control it. Now, on another hand, let's use it with the same scenario with relationships. Let's say you have a partner that, and you always, are on their butt. You always trying to dictate where they go, what they wear almost. You trying to dictate what they gonna go do. Basically control. That's you actually going for it in control. So AKA, this is all I'm getting to. Actually trying to control something that's masculine and something that's out of your control, that's more feminine. It's like more you receiving, more you letting the whole situation play out. Like I said, the other one is more of you going out to do it. Like the masculine energy, pushing out, externalism, direction, going, light. Because in order for you to control something, you have to have the right idea to even push yourself forward. And a female or a male can do that shit. These are just man and woman tendencies, masculine, feminine tendencies, energies, characteristics, whatever you want to call it. So, feel like it. Alright, so those are two sides. Now, let's talk about in general, you know what I'm saying, just the whole circumstance, no matter if it's on one end or on the other end. The reason why people say these things, especially nowadays, is because, well, what time is it? I gotta go though for a little bit. All right, yeah, got about 14 minutes. So, the reason why people are putting these words out here nowadays, everybody awakening more. Everybody's becoming more conscious, aware of their own state of themselves and how they can observe themselves. A lot of people use this to observe other people and don't really smell their own butt. But the way this shit is supposed to be used is like you determine your own reality. You don't put nothing on nobody else just because they're not like you, just because they are like you, just because you got expectation. None of that. It shouldn't have anything to do with that. So, so that's why in general people are saying this now. But the reason behind it though is due to people and us being indoctrinated, or just the way we grew up. It's not even the parents' fault. It's the whole magic hand, like the same way drugs somehow came into cities. Motherfucker, y'all don't think y'all mind got infiltrated and somehow certain thought frames, patterns got manifested? So it ain't all our fault. But this is like for this is like, the reason why you shouldn't even stress in the first place is because you putting yourself under you're putting yourself up under all these characteristics, all these thoughts, all these likes, all these dislikes, all these expectations, all of these things you feel like should go a certain way, right? So this is what causes stress and frustration. Frustration and stress is like damn near in the same playing field, like when you're under stress, it's usually because you're frustrated with what you can't change. All right, shut your ass up. You can't make nothing. You can't change something. So, frustration is something you see happening, but you gotta learn, or you gotta go through like some type of friction to actually, handle whatever the fuck is like going on. That's keeping you down and stressed. So, nobody needs to be in a place of having to obligate themselves, having to, you already obligated to your own makeup, your whole self. You know what I'm saying? You can daydream, you got thoughts, you got frames of mind you be in, you got feelings, emotional states you in, deep traumas, all these virtues, different parts of you, different areas. Shout out to my readings. You can go get you a reading. It'll make a lot more sense what I'm saying. But it's making sense right now. You don't even need to know your fucking astrology. It's just, if you deep in it, it will make sense for you to actually use that system right now, because it'll actually pinpoint things. But everybody don't need that shit. Anyway, so shout out to my readings. Got many different types. Hit me up on Instagram. I got my email in my bio and YouTube. You just go to my page. The about. Click more, and you gonna see my emails. Hit me up. They're not expensive, because I like helping people. Like at the end of the day, like everybody needs somebody that they can trust, that they can open up to, not feel stupid with, to actually let it go. Because that's the world we in now. Like everybody's just on guard too much. Anyway, and that actually goes into the stress. Everyone's on guard too much. So when you're on guard and you share things with people, you don't want this guard that you first put up to actually be uncovered in a way. Like, even though y'all open up to each other, like when things start, because everybody, just like you as a person, when you go through things, you start neglecting yourself or neglecting certain things you were once into. So you don't think a whole relationship, a whole nother person will go through situations like that? That spirit in that body won't be choosing certain spaces to be in, to develop other subconscious. Like, you don't think this happens for them to act out certain ways in the physical world where they feel like all this other shit, So like, all in all, it really come down to you trying to obligate yourself to someone else. Or you obligating yourself to what someone else thinks you want. Or you obligating yourself to a circumstance that always plays out. Or you obligating yourself to a job, business, money, where you work at. Like, so that plays into bills. That plays into what you can get for yourself, what you can share with your partner, your relationship, what you can give them. all that's gonna just do nothing but stress you out. And also another form of stress, I mean not a form, but another way to say stress is stuck. You know, it's just that stress is everlasting. You can keep giving it energy. You can keep standing on this same stance that you keep going over and over, redoing, and giving that amp, you're giving it energy. So that's stress and stuck. It's like, well, no, stuck is you stuck in one place, but stress, you're going through things while being stressed, or things are happening to you and so it's like stress is just movement while you're not moving, if that makes sense. Movement as in physical, you're always gonna be moving, do your daily routines, but mentally you're stagnated and you're not moving. You're not going to different realms within yourself. You're not extracting, destroying, separating things with yourself so you can get out of your own funk and actually go into the world and share. So, you know, stress ain't nothing to play with. And this is the real thing behind it. You know, everybody's finding out that, damn, I'm starting to motherfucking like, I'm realizing that I'm not even doing nothing but obligating myself, stressing myself out. You know, stretching yourself out where you don't even need to be stretched out that way. And I don't mean it like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean it like that. Sometimes females, y'all need to be stretched out. And I'm gonna rap. But stretch yourself out. So like you're being flexible for a scheduling and obligation and a business, because sometimes it's your business. It ain't even got to be about an actual place. It's like your own business, your own standings and routine. You stressing yourself out of that business is not even elevating, getting you on another level, helping you, because it's no actual reciprocation with whatever you're trying to put into. So that could be a place, person, a situation, you know what I'm saying, a thing that you do. You can be into a thing that you stress your. Some people stress themselves out. Some people stress them like a female. Some females stress themselves out. I was gonna mention niggas, but y'all have a break today, cause I always talk shit about y'all, about the men and how we flunked out and stupid shit. But females, y'all stress yourself out over goddamn getting a fucking drink, like a Starbucks drink, or you obligating yourself to a coffee, or you obligating yourself to goddamn vibrator. It all over that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a toy. So you stressing your. It might not look like it because it's pleasure that comes out of it. And since we down here, we like pleasure. We connect to pleasure. You know what I'm saying? As humans. That's our tendency. That's our characteristic. You know, that's our attribute. That's the card we was kind of dealt in a sense. Like, you can't help that. But, you know, moderation is actually a real thing. So you don't gotta actually, whatever you use and you find pleasure in, actually use that and find yourself being stressed out. So that can play out into you looking out in the world like, oh, no nigga is adding on to me and doing it in my way. And whole time you got a figment of your imagination, because it's a such thing as internal and external. Whatever you will feel on the internal is what you actually end up putting on the outside, on the inside, on the outside, whatever, right? As within, so without. So if you telling me on the inside when you on your own, a form of being like internal could be like being on your own and shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you telling me on the inside when you goddamn on your own, you telling me you ain't got no actual like care for the outside world. You're just trying to pleasure yourself with this goddamn toy. You just trying to, you know, imagine what you would like, everything that would fit you, but when you get around a person you don't even share none of them type of energies with. So that means you're just gonna find yourself stressing because everything in front of you will not match what you feel on the inside. Your flunked out ass gonna keep on playing with yourself and shit, and you can come up with all the damn excuses in the world why, oh, you know, nobody's fitting me, nobody knows me, nobody's on my level, some stupid shit. So like, you know, that can cause stress. It ain't even always subjected to little things. Stress can come from a lot of things. So, you know, I say that to say a point is like, remember, whatever you feel on the inside, nobody can see. You can only see that. And that's when you get into spirituality, because you'll realize everything you feel, you're observing that. And you once upon a time created that in the first place. So it's like, you gotta deal with yourself, basically. You gotta deal with your goddamn self, basically. And dealing with yourself will cause less stress by default, because anything you do with yourself, you'll know that has some type of correlation or correspondence to the world, and you won't put no obligations, no like what's expected energy on nobody. Even it, because people don't be realizing that shit subconscious. You don't think, man, I be finding myself doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you think you not putting expectations on shit. Whole time you is though. Like y'all, we gotta watch ourselves. Gotta watch ourselves a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's all having to do with. So that what I was just explaining, that's more like that you're trying to control. So you can control a person, you can control, in this case when I'm talking about the toy, you can control a thing, and then a place could be a circumstance or situation could be more like, you know, somebody you deal with, and it's always a routine of thoughts floating around, and you know it can either go this way or it can go that way type of thing, like, you know, good or bad, I guess you could say, or annoying, frustrating, or smothered or not smothered, whatever spectrum you want to look at it from. It's the whole situation. So not just you, not just one person, just the whole thing. So, you know, that could be like somebody that got to babysit or deal with family or something like that, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? You'll sit there and stress yourself out over all these thoughts that come hit you because you done conjured it up, but it's also the environmental the thing you're around. Like, you know, that's the habitat you got a habit of being in with your mind, though. I'm talking about mentally, though, you know, because we got environments that you physically are around, but there's actual environments that lie in the quantum field or the whatever the fuck electrical word y'all want to use, but it ain't that. But, you know, I'm just trying to get y'all there. What I'm trying to talk about. So, you know, just so it can be person, place, thing, whatever. So that's when you put yourself in a stress, so because you're putting out too much where it don't need to. Maybe you need to put out what you actually feel and not cover up with, oh, I don't want to be seen like I can't handle it on my own, because I can, but I'm expecting this. That's the whole concept of what we all are cursed in our mind under, and we've been putting energy to that because you motherfuckers ain't really realized they was doing that. And side note, we got people that get into the spiritual or, like, you know, awakening, but they got the wrong point to start from spiritually, because they don't realize, damn, you was putting into that just as much as everybody else. You was in that space observing, or you had your awareness pinpointed to the observation of this construct of the world that was put onto us. So now everybody don't really know where to actually direct the spirituality, or what is it even. And all everybody knows how to do is play victim. Blame the fucking government. Blame the world. Blame humans all the way down to that. But you gotta realize, all right, if we blame all these things, I think the real thing to blame lies within, which is within the damn conscious, because within the conscious is you just observing, the observation, the observer, the goddamn spirit itself. Spirit, soul, body, bitch. 3 layers. All right, and all those 3 layers got 3 different subsidiaries, bitch. Got three different parts within those. You know what I'm saying? So 3 different levels within those, 3 different, you know, modalities within those. So I wonder what song this is. Hold up. So that's the masculine version. Because I explained the general topic. I explained the masculine version. Hold up. 1, 2, 3. Yeah! Who's this big dog? No, the big dog. No, you. All right. Now let's go to the feminine side. So, what time is it? All right, it's 11. Yeah, I'm about to finish this up. Feminine side, you know, because I feel like the feminine side, the stress shouldn't really even be there, because females don't need the stress. If you under stress, you're using too much masculine energy. But since, like I said, it's masculine, feminine energy ain't subjective to male and female. It's actually just which one you pick, or which one you as a spirit conjured up more of on a subconscious level, and the way you move level. Like, are you more masculine, feminine? But we got both. Anyway, the feminine version, so you allowing or you letting things out of your control you. Fuck, what was it? Thing or yeah, don't stress over things that's out of your control. So out of your control. So it's like this energy. You know what I'm saying? Receiving. So when it comes to this is more about if somebody died. This is more, but now that's kind of extreme. But let's do it. Okay. Since I was so extreme, let's do a not so extreme. So let's do. Oh, you might have fucking locked your goddamn keys in the car. You ain't never did that before, but you locked your fucking keys in the car. You ain't been trying to prevent it. You ain't tried to control it because that ain't even been in your mind. You just like allowing the situation, going with the flow. This which lets you know everything kind of simultaneous. You always receiving, letting things happen feminine. You always going to do something too, having a thought frame about it or having a new idea, you know, or paying attention to something. You know what I'm saying? That's all. So that's masculine version. But what I'm talking about, feminine version, you ain't thought about it. Situations always go with the flow. But this time you so happen to actually lock your keys in the car. So that's a small level. Big level is somebody died. So you can't control. It ain't even like you been. Now, obviously, if you're a doctor position or like you trying to take care of this person, yeah, that's you trying to control it. But usually we all just, shit happens. So it's like you receive like, damn, I can't control that this person did whoa, did this, and that. So, you know, yeah, so going back to the example with locking your keys in the car, you shouldn't ever see, because this type of stress comes secondhand from what actually happened. Like it's like a reaction or a response to what happened. So this stress comes from after the fact. So since you locked your keys in the car, you can choose to, you know, stress over like, why did I do this? Or what's going on for me to do this? Or damn, I gotta go to work or something like that. Or damn, I gotta be somewhere. You can think all these goddamn thoughts, but the whole time you're expecting, obligating. It's still the same virtues. You obligating, you all these words and shit. You doing this, you being hard on yourself basically. And it's like, you know, that just causes nothing but built onto bullshit that ain't gonna get you nowhere. You just using your energy for a state of being that you might be in right now, and you don't have to. You can just be like, all right, let me just switch up, notice something else, make the best out of the situation type of thing. But that don't mean always be positive like these damn peace and love people. That just means switch your space up. Shit, fuck around and start getting into shit that you like doing while you're waiting on what you gonna do. Or start thinking about something else as soon as you start feeling like, damn, what the fuck? Like, you know, all this negative thoughts and shit. Just start thinking about something else purely, you know? That'll help and that'll open up. But the reason why you don't want to stress in the first place about this is because you'll just start basically having responses to the world and whatever happens to you, just because you went through this situation. So as an accumulation, you'll end up bringing that to another part of your life, you know? So all that's going to do is just harbor down on you, heavy, weigh you down, make you constantly give more, like, more damn energy to some shit that's out of your control. So this is why you just let it happen. You know what I'm saying? On this end. At the end of the day, all in all, because I'm pretty much done with that. I mean, ain't no much to say about that. All in all, don't stress. Be the best. And being your best is getting within another something else you're doing and start thinking about that. Because you can be aware that, damn, I just did this, but you ain't got to actually mind it. You don't got to actually be minding it, like actually putting your real thoughts, your own soul into it and shit. And soul don't got to be from the heart. That just can be from anywhere, any one of your vibes. You got any one of your fucking worlds. Astrology, shout out to astrology. But even beyond that, you don't even need no fucking astrology. You know damn well you got different attributes within you. So you can't let these things dictate you and you start vibing. Because whatever you vibe with, like just like you hit yourself like a vibration, you gonna feel that. God damn it, you don't think you feel that shit on the inside? When shit starts vibing, just like your organs be pumping more than others, maybe others be holding on to, you know? That's what we do subconsciously on a lighter level, lighter spectrum. So, you know, don't even stress about it, you feel me? Easier said than done, but hey, find your mechanisms, get into your own space, and start doing your own practices that can help you elevate or just get into a better place so you can have your peace of the fucking spirit. Your peace of this whole reality. Because guess what? You can only have your own peace. You can be aware anywhere. You can always change as a spirit, but guess what? That's still your own awareness. Nobody else can see it exactly like you. I don't care how much resonating y'all do, because remember, resonation just comes from something that's been reciprocated or like done again. So like resonate means it's already done happened. It's just a second coming, and y'all actually just noticed each other and joined like, oh, I feel you, like type shit. But that don't mean the person know exactly your own perspective. And it's easier said than done, because I'm telling y'all people be like, but some of y'all disregard everything. Y'all just be on a polar of like, oh, no, nobody know what I'm saying. And I don't know what nobody else saying either. So fuck it, you know. So don't be like that either. Don't stress. Be your best. It don't get you nowhere. Don't be obligated. Remember, a lot of this shit was put onto us subconsciously due to generations and goddamn fields of realities being put onto us. Some people call it ultra sound and shit. Nah, that's some other shit. MK Ultra, there we go. MK Ultra and shit. It's a lot of things. But at the end of the day, it's what's been happening these past whole lot. We've been ruled and oppressed. You know what I'm saying? We've been oppressed. Even the people that get rich, it's like, now some of them know what they're doing, but a lot of them are obligated to the system and to the prayers and to the energy and to the space and to the spirit of the families that was ruling over. So it's like, even if they just need you to suck energy from to still have attention, and so they can, and so certain people can still have a hold on the world and control it still. Even if you feel like you got a lot of money, bro, think about it. If I just gave you something I already put the meaning to, that obviously ain't even the end all be all. But if that meaning to the people that I give it to as a whole is heightened, then you damn right I'm gonna give this person what everybody want to see, just so I can keep maintaining control. Because guess what? They all got it from me. That's all the Most High, the source. It all got it from me type of energy. And it's like, that ain't got nothing to do with life, universe, nothing. Soul, vibe, constant rounds of reality, realms. You know what I'm saying? No, I ain't gonna say portals. Fuck that shit. Anyway, it's the reflector. Hit the reflector, shoes in the glass. I'm about to dip out this bitch, y'all.